finally Friday again. It's great to be back. Another start of a podcast, which is great. For you who are new to the channel, we are Standout Coffee, and we do mostly competition style coffee sent all across the world. My name is Oscar, and
I'm Alexander.
Great. We had a really fun week. A lot of things happening.
So much.
Yeah.
So much coffee.
And we finally got time for some video productions.
Yeah.
We are recording the intro for this podcast, and also with some help of my younger brother. We got a custom-made, do you call it jingle?
Jingle, music, intro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The elevator music background for the podcast. You will see if this will be edited with that intro, or otherwise will come soon.
But I want to say, when you shot the intro sequence for the podcast, it was you shot during regular production. So while we were working and roasting, you at the same time were shooting the footage for that.
Yes.
So,
and today we are trying out a triple camera setup. So we got one over there, one over here,
and then we have the Ponyo cam again. Ponyo is somewhere
around.
We'll see when she joins us.
I had a nice throwback moment this morning. I had a natural eye from our friends at Johan and Nyström. It's the pineapple thief from Graciano Cruz.
Right.
I haven't had it in like a year or two. It's a good friend who works there, who also plays in my sports team. He threw me a bag yesterday evening, and we brewed it right away.
I'd love you. Please bring it to work.
I will.
I'd love to.
It's a really juicy, and in most cases, as I said, a really sweet throwback.
Yeah.
We tried it. We've been there twice
at
Graciano, working with him, and it was a really, really good cup of coffee. So
I'm very happy. Yeah.
High fermentation value, but still very, very good. Anything else this week?
Well, we had a great conversation with Matilda, who will join us for some coming projects.
Yes,
which was very exciting. Hopefully, we'll talk more about that later on.
The team is growing.
Yeah. We've roasted a lot of coffee, but yeah.
Good. And we're also doing it's not a pop-up, but with a client of ours, we do a collaboration where we roast coffee for them, and we're gonna be on Saturdays in Stockholm brewing their coffee.
Yeah.
So we can link that how to find them. It's close Hötorget. It's gonna be great being back behind the machine like a year ago for me.
Oh, but I think you're underplaying it. It's an amazing sort of coffee experience. The coffee is very, very nice. You'll very likely will be having both a really nice Ethiopian, the Honduras, the fresh crop Honduras, and it will all be plant-based. Oatly will be providing us with the oat drink, e-Cafe Barista Edition. So whether you're drinking espressos or cappuccinos, it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. And everything going to be brewed on the one group Linea Mini, customized up to its ears.
Yeah.
With a matching EK43S. And we're going to give the puck press a go, which is good. We had it in for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
And all other gadgets that we can gather up.
Yeah.
So tomorrow from 12 to 5.
Yeah.
It's going to be
every Saturday for
like 10 weeks
10
now.
weeks now.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think that's about this week. Still a lot of things happening, which is great. And to go on to next week.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I wanted to talk about something that we will start talking and communicating more about next week, but that we already now should reveal, which is the upcoming subscription coffee for the competition subscription,
Yeah.
which will be roasted on the 1st of October. And
Actually, the
so
3rd of October.
the
If you
3rd
don't
of
want to go Saturdays.
right. Okay. So the 3rd of October, and it is drum roll, a thermal shock fermented natural process geisha by none other than Diego Bermudez.
Finally.
Finally,
Yeah.
from Paraíso, Colombia. And I mean, we are super excited about this. We've been talking to Diego for more than a year and a half, trying to figure out to get some coffee. He's obviously a very popular producer, but we wanted to get the right coffee. And then finally, we were able to secure the 720-hour fermented
Oomph.
geisha from
Yeah.
him, and it's the same profile that the competitor from Australia,
Carlos.
Carlos, used both to win the Australian Brewers Cup, but also placed fourth in the World Championship. So for people who want to try truly a unique and amazing cup of coffee, there's no time like now to
No.
sign up for the subscription.
Great. And talk about the subscription. We still run the 50% discount. What's also new with the competition subscription is that you now can do a 50-gram subscription,
Oh,
which is, we haven't communicated it yet, but I think it's an amazing way for people to access our coffees for a slightly less.
yeah. A lesser price.
Yeah.
So for 18 months now, our subscription has been 100 grams in a box. But now, started a few days ago, there's also the option of signing up for 50 grams.
50 grams.
In the same box, you get the
Yep.
same beautiful packaging. You just get 50 grams instead of 100.
And we also do the 2 times 100-gram box.
Yeah.
That is,
We've had that for
we had it for a while.
Yeah.
And we tweaked the price a bit.
Yeah.
So check that out. And what's also new is something for all extreme coffee lovers, but mostly targeting coffee shops all around the world.
Right.
We now do a subscription with 10 boxes.
Right. So 10 boxes of the current month's subscription coffee. Yeah.
And that is, I think, is great. Like when we came up with the idea, and we haven't even reached out to the wholesale clients about it, but imagine having a coffee shop. You maybe a kilo of competition coffee sometimes could be good for a month. You have it on the V60 menu. You can charge extra for it to be like that diamond on the top of the icing on the cake thing.
No, but I want to say many of our wholesale clients, they will order specialty coffee range, and then they will top off with 2 or 3 or 5 kilos of competition style coffee. But this is such an easy solution. We have a few coffee shop clients who are now subscribing to the 2 boxes option, but to have 10 boxes for the retail shelf and to serve in the bar, it's such an easy and
convenient way. Just get the coffee in every month. Just follow our channels. We will reveal like a week or 2 before what coffee we will end up sending out. And they can prepare menus, or people, in the end it's like super high-end coffee all the way. And
for a really decent price.
It's a solid thing. And I think actually might be like coffee communities and stuff out there. We have some gatherings, some groups, especially around Asia.
Right.
People, because sometimes like 15 grams could be enough. Like to even have the chance to try the the Bermudas here, this 720 shock
Yeah.
fermented
Yeah.
craziness coffee. So if you have like a group of 20 people, friends, coffee nerds,
Or 5.
or 5,
Yeah.
it's perfect
Yeah.
to get 10 boxes. You
Yeah.
can divide them out
Yeah.
as much as you like,
Right.
and since every box includes 2 times 50,
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
possibilities
great
are
point.
endless.
That's a great point.
Talking about new things online, I've been working hard on our business to business login thing online,
Right.
and it's finally getting there.
So wait, so you're saying because we now have the e-commerce, the web shop, which is mostly geared towards private people.
Yes, and consumers.
But then you're also setting up a business to business portal,
Yes.
which will be a web shop,
Yeah.
but for coffee bars,
So the
offices.
experience will mostly be kind of the same, but prices are wholesale.
Right.
Like you need certain amounts of coffee to be ordered for to reach this discount. And since we are not Stockholm based
Right.
as a coffee roastery, as everyone else in
Yeah.
Stockholm are,
Right,
of course, because they go by the local clients.
Yeah.
We have coffee shops as our subscription.
Yeah.
Like Canada, Australia,
Yeah.
New York.
Right,
Like they
right,
are all over.
Right.
And sometimes it could be hard with the payment terms.
Right.
Like, do you guys do Apple Pay? Do you have PayPal? Can I do this card? Can I do that?
Right.
And with this accessibility to the e-commerce site for clients to actually put their orders directly online, I think it's opened up a lot, and especially for convenience for everyone. You can order 24/7. You can pay whatever payment thing you want to. If you want to go by invoice, that's of course totally fine. Because we know we have a shop in New York now, and they were like, I have 30 minutes now. What do you have? Can we place an order? I'm like, oh my God, you have all the time in the world. No, you don't, because you run a coffee shop, you run your family, you run everything.
Right.
And just to make sure that we are open 24/7, I think this could be a really good.
You could even, sort of start planning your purchases, put stuff in your shopping cart, and then think about it. And then, when you have a little fewer customers in the shop, place your order, pay however you want to pay. Yeah, super convenient.
So I'm happy about this. I sent out some invitations for like the pre-testing thing.
Right.
And knock on wood, I think it works good.
Yeah. Super
subscription
fun.
Coffee of October.
Well, and I'm going to, and you mentioned that you were drinking Pineapple Thief by Graciano Cruz, roasted by Johan Nyström here in Stockholm. I have this morning been drinking our Ethiopian coffee by Esaias Berisu from the Guji region, which I think is an amazing cup of coffee. But so that's been my sort of like go-to for a few days or for a week. But I would like to share with you the Diego Bermudez geisha. Oh my God. And I mean, just in the aromatics, you can really like.
This is deep, right?
This is the type of coffee that when you're grinding or brewing it, people in your house or apartment will be like, their mouth will be watering, like, what's happening? What are you doing? I need some.
Yeah.
I know that or I should say our friend Jesper, who's super into wine and coffee, he will really have this coffee as like his Saturday treat to himself. Yeah.
But this is like coffee on steroids. It's so much and
I wanted to say, so again, sort of going by the score sheet.
Yeah.
When you look at competitions, how you get high points in all the categories. This checks all the boxes. I actually feel compelled to say we have a few bags of this coffee. So if there are any competitors out there, this is
This
a
is-
really good
This
competition
is
coffee.
a really good composition
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
And also a coffee that's like just to try this once in your lifetime. It's good. The acidity is spot on,
Yeah.
skyrocketing high. The intensity, of course, of the variety, but also the process,
Yeah.
how they in the end came up with the name thermal shock, which is like
No, and the aromatics like this, or when you're brewing it and in the cup, it's super high quality and really interesting. And again, going by the score sheet, like very clear, even though it's a very, very complex coffee, very clear taste description. So yeah. I said we weren't going to talk too much about this, but
this is good.
Yeah. So very excited about that.
And it looks crazy. Like, comes to processes like this, bean is so much, everything so much.
Yeah.
Big, beefy. Oh. And I also want one of these coffees in our lineup.
Yeah.
Because it's so good to showcase how a coffee could taste like as well.
Yeah.
If you compare it to last month.
Right. The
clean washed Honduras.
Albeit carbonic macerated, washed. So you still have some fermentation, you have some fruit notes, but mostly like super clean, amazing structure, really elegant, lots of geisha. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have this, which is also a lot of geisha, but so much more is going on. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. What else?
I lost myself. Yeah.
What's up in the world?
So in the world of coffee, I feel that we have to just touch upon Agnieszka in Poland, her Brewers Cup win. It's really like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that Agnieszka can time after time win national championships, and obviously also, as we experienced a few months ago, win the world championship again, is really amazing. Obviously, Agnieszka has a good team around herself. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
Again, talking about going by the score sheet, obviously is very good at knowing what will score well. But there are many people who are good at this, but she's exceptional. And so, again, for you and me to have been working with her for a few years is like a super privilege. Yeah.
And best of luck to her. Have she won Brewers yet?
No, this is the first time she wins Brewers Cup in national. So yeah.
So she's going for the quadruple.
Because
she has latte art,
octagon.
Barista, and
so she's won,
and Coffee and Good Spirits. Like if you go by top
national.
6 in worlds.
Yeah. Well, yes. She's been in the finals in latte art, Ibrik. She's won the World Barista Championship. She's won the Coffee and Good Spirits, and now she's going to the World Championship with the Brewers Cup. So pretty amazing.
She must be the GOAT.
Yeah. Yes.
The greatest of all time. No, definitely.
And we roasted coffee for her yesterday. Shipped out.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll land with her in Poland today.
Yep. That's good. Well, hats off to her. So we touched this week, next week. Big thing is the subscription. Definitely, it's gonna be a blast. Start communicating it and to get this podcast out again. I love that we have like the Tech Friday, the Friday podcast
Friday.
Everything.
I wake up, it says in my calendar, Podcast Friday. But a little bit out of left field, I wanted to ask you, sort of one reoccurring thing in our relationship or daily chit chat is the tech aspect.
Yeah.
And you finally have your new computer, but you've been talking about what computer should I buy? Oh, I can't decide for like a year and a half.
More.
So
I would say 10 years.
10 years. So
the problem with because
are you happy? or
never
or
happy. But
never.
so I got the new, or it's not new. I should have bought it like a year ago.
Right.
The MacBook Pro 16-inch, extra everything.
It's very big.
It's an amazing computer.
Yeah.
When I got it home,
Yeah.
I was like, what have I done?
Because of its size.
Size.
Yeah.
But since I do a lot of video, I needed a computer.
Yeah.
I was on the M1 MacBook Air before.
Yeah.
Hands down, best computer ever.
Right.
Like comparison of size, price, and power.
Yeah.
This has the size
Yeah.
and the power and the price, but
Yeah.
some of them are just
Yeah.
in the wrong spectrum.
Yeah.
And I'm a Mac guy. I've
Mhm.
always been,
Mhm.
and this kind of tech journey, I like it.
Yeah.
But still, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting for the next keynote to
Yeah.
happen, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, will the new MacBook Air be strong enough for video? No. Okay, what am I left up with? Like, it's not the old one because
Right.
it's brand
Yeah,
new
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything is great. But yeah, I kind of like the tech journey. And I'm still on the iPhone SE
Right.
by the reason that we do all our photography with a digital system camera.
With a real camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fujifilm X-T4 to be precise, with a fixed 35 lens.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. But when it comes to like carrying around, you need a camera bag and you need like a, what is skottkärra in Swedish?
A wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
to
for the
carry.
computer
Yeah.
and everything. But you need it if you're gonna produce stuff. So they called me from our telephone company
Mm-hmm.
and were like, "Oh my God, are you an iPhone SE still?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, I am." Why? I'm not told them the reason. They're like, "Okay," because I don't want to end up like you,
Yeah.
kind of like shooting
Only using this.
only iPhone
Yeah.
shooting, because
Yeah.
it's the camera is amazing,
Yeah.
but still, it can definitely be
It's amazing,
better.
but it's never as good as a real camera.
No. And now the iPhone 14 Pro, small. It's not the big one.
Right.
I can't handle more big products.
Yeah.
It's coming in 2 weeks. And I went with a solid black.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not the purple
Not the purple.
or the white or
no,
the gold.
No, to match my clothes. And I will probably love it. It will be 1,000 times better than my old phone.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like phones
Mm.
because they are like constantly being around
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And the camera seems to be a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the cinematic mode in video? Okay, this is getting deep.
Yeah.
Because you can actually now shoot a video
Mm.
and then change the focus
Mm-hmm.
in post-production.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yes. So this is something that hopefully gonna be a huge step up when it comes to like reels and doing like stuff for
Right.
Instagram.
Oh.
Because then the digital system camera over there, it just takes too much time
Yeah,
and
yeah.
power
The
and
workflow
computer. The
also
workflow is just
complicated.
no.
Yeah.
We need to be able to produce
Yeah.
solid videos with crisp quality.
Yeah.
So that is something that I definitely gonna, especially if Matilda comes in and helps
Yeah,
out in the
yeah.
production.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my
Oh my God.
week of tech.
So much.
Yeah, I think in the end we're gonna scrap this company. Just do a tech talk.
Friday tech talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually think, because we spoke about this like
A while ago.
a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, should we do a tech and coffee podcast
Mm,
instead?
mm,
Because I think there's so many clients
Mm,
that
mm,
enjoy our coffee or enjoy coffees in our range,
mm.
and also probably are looking at the keynotes from
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah.
We should see if Ponyo wants to say hello.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna see if the
Ponyo.
Yeah.
So
And I will summarize this episode once again. We are Standout Coffee.
Ponyo wants to say hi to all her fans. She's really, really happy that you are all here taking part of our journey. And she's going to bid you farewell for this time and until next week.
And I talk to the camera. I'll go. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell on YouTube to get push notifications when we post new videos. And if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas, just send them in to us by Instagram. It's probably the best way. Go directly by DM, and we love to share our knowledge when it comes to like brewing or whatever. And that's all for this week's Friday Tech and Coffee podcast. See you next week. Take care, Alex.
Hej då.
Hej då.